Welcome to Christian Nutrition, the show where we review every single episode of VeggieTales chronologically. And by we, I mean just me. So I looked up what the remaining episodes for VeggieTales are to review all the way through Noah's Ark and realized that, wow, we are right in the middle of a few girl-centric episodes. It's like a trilogy of them. Actually, I think there's like 4 or 5 of them. Don't quote me on that, but we're on the second one, and I don't know when the end's gonna be. Now, this is fine if it was like spread out, but they're all kind of like back to back to back almost, and I'm not a girl, so they don't really appeal to me.
Bro, did you just assume my gender?
But we gotta do what we gotta do. We have to review every single episode. And so, let's give it a fair shot. I mean, why not? This one's Princess and the Popstar, which was released in July of 2011, and wow, guys, I mean, we're closing in fast. July 2011, that means there's less than 4 years before the final VeggieTales episode. The end is near. The end is nigh. I don't know how else to preface this review, but with
What did you do?
Now that's a silly question, Bob. I actually don't know why you're asking that. Clearly, Larry's just painting the tile green. Wait, Larry's painting the tile green? What is he doing?
Well, 2 reasons. Reason number 1, green is my favorite color. Reason number 2, the tile is always greener on the other side of the fence.
If this doesn't have the owners of the house finding out that the produce is alive, I don't know what will. I really don't.
Grass don't grow in the kitchen.
Grass doesn't grow in the kitchen.
Yep, and that's why I used paint.
Okay, in the future, I'm gonna have to make a top 10 list of the dumbest things Larry has ever done, and this might take the cake.
Dear Bob and Larry, my friend Taylor has everything. It isn't fair. Why can't I have what she has? Your friend Madison.
Ignoring how forced that sounds, the question was oddly non-specific. What does this girl have that you want? You say everything, but I really doubt that. Like, if she has everything, that means she has AIDS. Do you want AIDS? Does this girl have AIDS and you want AIDS? Is that what this episode's really about? Is this an episode about AIDS? And why would you want AIDS in the first place? Unless you were exaggerating, aka lying. In that case, she has almost everything, except for AIDS.
My dinner's one huge chocolate bar. Diamonds and jet planes, I'm a star. Yeah, I'm living the sweet life.
I have no comment. I asked my wife to help me review this, or to just review it herself, and she laughed and said no. She laughed and said no.
You're watching Veggie Beat Television, and that was Vanna Banana's newest hit.
I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love.
Oh, whoa, my bad. That's for when Vanna Banana becomes an adult.
You won't see me there.
And then I said no way, and she said uh-huh, and I said uh-uh, and she said no way.
Who wrote this? A grown man who doesn't understand how teenage girls talk or something? I knew it was a man! Oh, wait. Did I just assume Mark's gender?
Bro, did you just assume my gender?
So Princess Poppy Seed, and yes, that is her real name, is upset at her little brother for taking her quote-unquote radio, even though it looks like an iPod Nano. Princess Poppy Seed then expresses her desire to live the same lifestyle as Vanna Banana, since she gets whatever she wants and doesn't have to deal with people taking her stuff, like what Princess has to deal with. We then see the beginning of a very unfunny gag about a pogo stick that bounces way too high and is basically hard to control. Also, Larry isn't married to Petunia in this episode, which is weird. Instead, he's married to some random carrot lady that we've never met before. This must be his second marriage.
What can I do to get away from my annoying brother? My own space where I'm not always feeling smushed and smothered.
This really does feel like a whole different generation of VeggieTales, doesn't it? It feels like I need to update my generations of the show, which I will do at the very end of the show, like after we've done all the episodes, because I thought the parody generation just went all the way through Noah's Ark, but Pistachio and On feels just a bit different than what it was before. And by that I mean, this is the imitate Disney generation.
Where can I go to find where I belong?
You could probably tell from the title of this episode that these two girls are gonna swap places. Parent Trap style, Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap style. But hopefully there's a fun or interesting twist somewhere in here, because right now it's pretty bland and predictable. We finally meet Vanna Banana and find out that she isn't as happy as portrayed on TV. What a shocker. She wants to live her life on a farm with siblings and hugs. I wonder where she could go to get that. Basically, she wants. Princess Poppy Seed then calls into a radio contest to see Vanna Banana. She ends up losing, but only because her dorky younger brother, the one who stole her iPod Nano earlier, disconnects the phone on accident. This upsets her a lot.
Hi, want a seesaw? You want to play with me? Sure, why not?
Wow, this is convenient and not at all expected.
What would you say if I could get you a backstage pass to that concert?
Well, she did keep her identity a secret longer than Andrew Garfield in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. He couldn't keep his mask on worth anything. It was like he wanted everyone to know he was Spider-Man, but let's not get me started on that.
But I wonder... Wow.
So Vanna Banana and Princess Poppy Seed decide to trade places for realsies this time, which I'm sure will lead to some crazy hijinks.
And now it's time for an installment in the history of fashion with Archibald, the part of the show where Archibald comes out and shares a lesson in the history of fashion.
What happened to the good old days where we just did a regular silly song with Larry? You know, the part of the show where Larry comes out and just sings a silly song, and it doesn't have to be this grand spectacle or somebody else doing it. We're way past that point now, aren't we?
Our astonishing wigs, they're enormously big.
We love our astonishing wigs!
Astonishing wigs, astonishing wigs. Do you like our astonishing wigs?
This has taken an unexpected turn, if I'm gonna be honest.
Our astonishing wigs.
They're enormously big. We love our astonishing wigs. Astonishing wigs, astonishing wigs. Do you like our astonishing wigs?
Once again, VeggieTales has taken a turn for the very weird.
So you think I'm silly?
Well, yes.
Good job, Larry. Somebody need to call Archibald out on this one.
After a while, wigs went out of fashion, and everyone turned to bell-bottoms.
And this is a Christian kids show. It's a good thing VeggieTales wasn't popular at this time, otherwise they would have received a lot, and I mean a lot, of angry letters about this. Phil Vischer shudders just thinking about all the angry letters he would have gotten if he was still in charge and they did this.
Who would guess that a regular girl could get to sing for the whole wide world? What's happened to her voice?
She has become average. The whore!
Talk about the whore.
She would be the only unpopular singer in all of America that can't sing.
If I was your boyfriend, never let you go.
I don't want to meet the president, Mommy. I want to ride the horsey.
Why not ride horses with the president? Could you imagine President Trump riding a horse with a vegetable? He would be the best horse rider ever. All of his friends say so. Vanna then experiences home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, while Princess experiences being treated like, well, a princess. Though Madame Blueberry seems to be thinking something's up since Princess doesn't really know how to say a cappella. I mean, the word. She doesn't know how to say a cappella, the word, correctly, or even know how to sing.
If the performance is as bad as your rehearsal, this tour will be over. We've both worked too hard to lose everything now.
Number one, that is a lot of pressure to put on a 10-year-old girl. Number two, why doesn't Madame Blueberry ever entertain the notion that Vanna is sick and that is why she doesn't sound like herself? I mean, sure, we know that isn't the case, but as far as Madame Blueberry knows, her daughter has been a great singer her whole life, and now for like maybe a day or two, she's not really herself. It should at least be something she thinks about.
Not just any alien, I'm a kissing alien. Mwah, mwah. I'm kissing me.
Whoa. Settle down there, Vanna. Isn't Princess's brother a bit too young for you? We find out that the chicken and the cow somehow produce more milk and eggs when Princess Poppy Seed sings to them. As ridiculous as that is, Vanna attempts to sing like Princess, and Princess just sings Vanna songs anyways. And apparently that doesn't work. That doesn't sound bad enough to be Vanna, and the animals hate it. She immediately gives up the whole gig and, tells Larry and the Carrot Mom what's going on, the fact that they switched places.
What?
No. I can't believe it.
Vanna Banana. You singing the Mama's house?
Vanna Banana kissed me.
Good work, Vanna. Now this little boy's gonna lust after you the rest of his days. Great job. Hope you're proud of yourself.
Get out, la, 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 la. Yeah, I'm playing with monkeys, but that's not everything.
Playing with monkeys. Well, at least both girls are ruining everything on the same day.
You're not getting in without a ticket.
That's okay. I have a ticket. You do? A hot, scrumptious chocolate ticket.
Bribery. Well, ain't that Christian of you? Vanna tries to switch back with Princess Poppy Seed, but Princess isn't willing to give up quite yet. It takes her brother getting stuck in the rafters, and don't even ask how that happened, for her to finally give up and decide to go back with her family. She uses the Robopogo to save him, and all is well, and that joke is still in front of you about the Robopogo.
I don't want to be Vanna anymore. I'd really like to be a Poppy Seed again.
You mean you don't want the...
Family hug!
Dude, I totally forgot the audience was watching there for like a minute. Could you imagine? They've been watching this whole thing take place and they're like, we pay tickets, probably good money too, because this is a popular singer, to watch all this take place. Some family drama. We pay tickets to not even see Vanna Banana sing, but some imitator. I would be upset.
Before I formed you in your mother's body, I chose you. Before you were born, I set you apart to serve me.
Always remember, God made you special.
And he loves you very much.
Bye!
That was Princess and the Popstar. Pretty painless for a 50-minute episode. I must admit, I watched the first time all the way through in one sitting. Usually, if it's a bad episode or an average episode, I'll like pause it halfway through and come back to it later. But this one actually kept me entertained the whole way through. I mean, it's not a great episode by any means. I'm not going to go back and watch it again and again. But I could see if this was aimed at you, if you were a girl, that you would be interested in this more than I am. I'm a grown man, so it makes sense. I mean, I do watch VeggieTales though, so. Anyway, stay tuned as next time we review Robin Hood and His Not So Merry Men. Remember that God made you special and he loves you very much. Bye!